Hello, all. This is Dr. Dheeraj Masappu. I'm a consultant anesthesiologist, and today I would like to talk about the topic: Can artificial intelligence (AI) replace radiologists? So, why am I talking about this topic? Because many of you, when you're attending the counseling, top rankers take radiology, MD or DNB radiology. So, when you are taking radiology, you need to understand that there is 30 to 40 years of career ahead of you. Okay, so you need to choose a branch which will have that kind of a sustainability in a longer run, and there should not be any kind of threat for the branch. For example, cardiac surgery has a kind of threat from cardiologists doing the interventions, and then radiologists in the same way can have a threat from not humans but artificial intelligence, because AI will start reading the MRIs and AI will start reporting the CT scans in future. So why am I talking now is I have collected some reports from certain newspapers and famous journals. I'm going to read out now. You can understand why I'm talking about this particular thing. So in New England Journal of Medicine, a famous oncologist has predicted that machine learning is going to displace much of the work of radiologists. Okay, in NEGM, it's not a small journal. Okay, second thing, and two Oxford economists have written in Harvard Business Review that machines are going to replace doctors in future. Okay, and third thing is in the Economist newspaper, Stanford computer scientist and who's also been working in Google Brain deep learning project. Okay, he's one of the big guys. He told that AI is sooner going to replace radiologists. And I'll tell you one more thing. And another AI pioneer, I don't want to put his name in this video, he said, and he also won the award for computer machinery, some turning award he won, and he's opined that we should stop training radiologists. So what is this so much news going on about AI and radiology? And with this kind of a news, are you comfortable taking up radiology now in this particular PG counseling? Is what I'm going to explain you. So before going into the what are the latest AI softwares that are presently available and where are they actually being tested is there is a software called as BiRADS. It's breast imaging and reporting and data systems. So what it does is it's like mammographies when they're done for detecting breast cancers. This particular artificial intelligence algorithm. So normally radiologist should sit and it should identify the mammography and identify whether the cancer is there or not. But this particular AI will do it off. So this is a kind of software. So like this, so many softwares are there. There's so many names of softwares. I don't want to go into details of everything. For example, this is how it is working on. There are some softwares who actually, report a CT thorax. So if you run the AI algorithm through them, then it will actually give you a kind of a scoring system where you can actually tell you what grade of ARDS or pneumonia. It was being used during the COVID times also. So these kind of softwares are coming up. So these will compete with the radiologists. So that is what is being, shown in all these journals and media and newspapers. So what is my perspective on how I think if I'm in your situation is what I'm going to tell you now. So I've gone into the history. So what happened, it seems, when MRI was invented. So when MRI was invented, it was a greatest innovation in the medical history. So what people assumed is, so there is no need of radiologists now, because MRI gives a detailed picture of the brain or any part of the body, and when the patient comes out, any general physician can look at the particular MRI and tell this problem is there. So what is the need for a very trained radiologist? That was being thought when the MRI was invented. Okay. So it was so foolish, now you can understand, because MRI has actually increased the work of radiologists, because MRI is such a complex, understanding of, brain will have a T1, T2, flare sequence, so many sequences are there. How can a general physician or how can untrained radiologically can identify MRI and tell what disease is there? It's impossible. So that is how people thought when MRI came. But actually what happened, MRI has actually increased the work of radiology. MRI has actually revolutionized the branch radiology. What radiology is now is not 30 years before. 30 years before, radiology was a very small branch. But now after the MRI, radiology has become the top branch. So you can understand, I think, so how people actually perceive what's going to happen, and exactly opposite is being happening all these years. So this is one example. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell is, bottom line is, any invention is going to accelerate the growth of the particular department. So if you think that AI is going to create threat to radiology, maybe in future radiology is going to benefit more by AI, and it might grow substantially faster than other departments. Maybe that possibility is there. One more example I would say. Another thing what I noted is the AI at present, it might evolve in future. So at present it can only just detect certain set of diseases. Okay, but a radiologist, will be knowing so many diseases, and he needs to, correlate with the surgeon, or radiologist needs to correlate with the pathologist, or radiologist should sync with the microbiologist and then understand. So this kind of complex understanding, for this you need to understand so many diseases. So according to one literature, radiologists should understand at least 50,000 causal relationships. So for AI to reach this level, it might reach in future, but at present it is not in that stage. So at present there is not going to be any comparison between AI and a radiologist. Okay, and one more important thing is, I work closely with intervention radiologists. So intervention radiology is a branch where you send wires through your body, and you can embolize certain areas, or you can put coils in certain areas, or you can actually stop bleeding in certain areas, they put needles and take biopsies and all that. How can AI do all those things? You might say a robot can be there, and robots are not robots. What robots are being used at present in the healthcare are not robots. Most of you might be shocked listening to what I'm talking now. Robots are just operated by humans. Okay, it's more like, I can call it a master-slave mechanism, where human is a master and robot is a slave. So human will give exact instructions of what to be done on an algorithm or manually, and robot exactly does that. Okay, so according to me, like a Terminator movie, if you think that robot is operating, that is not going to happen even in future, because a lot of medical legal issues and responsibilities and ethics and so many things are going to come. Our boards won't allow such kind of thing to happen even in future. Robot is just a fancy name. Another example I would like to give you, this is a very interesting example. So pilots, when Autopilot was discovered, it was told that Autopilot will do most of the pilot's job. Okay, so then it actually sets the course. It can detect so many things, and it can give you alarms. It can predict how the course will be and all that. Did Autopilot replace pilots? No. How can Autopilot replace a pilot? But Autopilot actually helped the pilot, so that pilot can focus on more important stuff during the journey. So Autopilot will take care of stuff which doesn't need so much of your intellect and intelligence. So that pilot will leave the boring stuff to the Autopilot, and then he'll focus on predicting some problem, predicting any mishaps can happen. He can, if Autopilot fails, okay, then what is the rescue? Pilot should take over. Okay, there can be some technical glitches. Okay, then pilot should take over. So in same way, in the medical system also, AI will come, but doctors are not going to get replaced. And there is always AI helps the doctors, and what it does is, it will facilitate doctor to focus on more important stuffs. Okay, so that the regular boring stuff, like for example a liver mets are there. A radiologist should mark like this in different areas, and he needs to give the volume of the liver which is affected by the metastasis, or volume of the functional tissue in the liver. So doing all that is boring work. Maybe that can be done by AI, and radiologist can focus more on stuff like interventions, and he can focus more on interpreting an MRI of the brain, and coordinating with other departments and getting the best results for the patient. So those can't be done by a robot or AI. So we can use the AI and to facilitate our work and improve the patient care. So finally, patient care is going to improve. And I already told my opinion that AI, whichever branch you think that AI is going to affect more, are going to become top branches in future. So that is how evolution is. That's what happened when MRI was invented. That is going to happen for radiology, and I feel that if you're really worried about what AI does to radiology, you ignore that, and radiology is going to become even more superb in future. You can go ahead and take the branch. So that's it, guys. So any questions if you have about this particular topic, you can join my WhatsApp community, and you can take my number there, and you can personally contact me. And also, if you want to personally directly connect with me in Instagram, then masapudheeraj is my Instagram ID. And that's it, guys, for today. So I would like to come up with more topics which will help you in choosing your branches and breaking some of the myths that are existing. Okay, so hope this video reaches all the guys who have written the articles that radiology is going to perish in future, and hope they will get few points from what I said. Okay, so medicine is not just deep learning or machine learning or an algorithm. So medicine is more about empathy. Medicine is more about treating patients, and it's not a software program where if something goes wrong you can reboot. Human life can't be done like that. So here what happens is you have to be 100% sure 100% of the times. So only the algorithms can help us, can't replace us. Thank you very much. As usual, Dr. Dheeraj Masapu logging off. Roger that.